illusion. Welcome to your final resting place. I see your mind's full of delusion. When you look in the mirror, do you see your own face? Welcome to California, a place for hopes, a place for dreams, a place for scars, a place for screams. Welcome to Hollywood.
Hey, welcome to Modern Art Blitz. We're floating on the green screen here. Oh, my hand just went back. Look, my hand disappeared. You have stubbed feet there because you're wearing green socks. We shoot on a green screen, and Elisa's having way too much fun with the green screen activity. So my name is Matt Gleason. I'm your host for an hour of blitzing the best, most interesting of contemporary art in and around Southern California, although we're not afraid to go international if you are. My lovely co-host, intern Elisa. How you doing, intern Elisa?
I'm good. I'm really caffeinated right now.
Oh no, was there a lot of caffeine in that thing?
Well,
I got you an Americano.
I didn't. Oh my god.
It was I said you like coffee or espresso. You said espresso.
Yeah,
so I got you an Americano.
that was bad on me. I didn't tell you, but I had a coffee.
You had a coffee earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're tweaking basically.
Yeah, right now.
You're tweaking.
Yeah, really
Hi,
intensely.
this is intern Crystal Meth. So you are in the Skechers seat. You realize?
I do.
So you're gonna be making a triptych today of our three guests.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do solo portraits or one triptych like Mount Rushmore without Lincoln?
No, I think they deserve their own space.
Okay. Hey. I don't want to tell an artist what to do. Well, actually, that is my job.
That's all you do.
Hey, so joining us today later in the show will be Museum of Fred and Ted Meyer. But now, my first guest, one of my favorite people since I was a little boy, a massive influence on alternative culture through a publication she co-founded with a number of people called Flipside, and now an artist in her own right of great power, intellect, and glory, the lovely Hudley Flipside.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. I'm very surprised. It's a great studio.
Oh, you're surprised? You're surprised because with me, you thought it was
Everything's
going to be
wonderful. It's a wonderful experience.
Now, you are the first guest on our show who also appeared on my early 1980s public access punk rock TV show, Media Blitz.
You
remember that?
I remember a few of those days. We interviewed bands, and
Yes.
we went on as Flipside.
Yeah, you went on his Flipside?
That was a lot of fun.
And they almost kicked Pooch out for drinking a pina colada. Remember those little craft cocktails? You could buy the cocktail. He just walked in drinking a pina colada, and all these normal people who worked at the studio were like, "What the hell? There's a guy drinking a pina colada." And I was like,
Well,
that would be a great place to work.
we probably all drank in the alley nearby before he came. So
At
he
the
just.
Lamarada Mall. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember where it was
Are
at.
those days a little foggy for you?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, the 70s
It all
and
kind of, the 80s kind of all just come together. Like
just-
sometimes it's like one major band, and a lot of the bands just come together, and it's
We're-
hard.
We're looking
sometimes.
at a cartoon of yours. What is this?
Oh, that's Mr. Fuck.
Mr. Fuck, your character Mr. Fuck?
Yeah, from Flopside Comics, Be More Than an Asshole.
Flopside Comics. Now,
Yes.
Flipside Magazine's
Was
slogan
Be
was
More Than a Witness.
Be More Than a Witness.
What's interesting about this character is he was created because I was speaking with Steve Human who was in the Vandals and also Detox. We were on Facebook. This is when he was still on. He's left because he doesn't like Facebook anymore.
But he had a pseudonym for a while, too. He was Anomai Pie Chart.
Maybe?
Yeah, Steve, but I think he might be back. Somebody told me recently he was back. But he goes by pseudonym.
Oh, he's been around. Yeah, he's still around. He's still hanging out. He goes,
Is he in LA? Because I thought he moved to
I think
Germany
he's-
for a while.
Yeah, he was because he had some health problems.
Okay.
But he's back. He's healthy. But he was saying, we were talking about feminine things, and he said, that the theme that goes, goddess is every woman. So he said, well, why isn't it the god is every man? So I just improvised and put the god is every fucking man. So it just went from there. We thought it was funny.
So the god is every fucking man.
Yeah.
Is that it's
Based on the goddesses.
That's almost the opposite of the goddess is every woman, right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I like polarity. I like continuities and contraries, and what comes forth from that, I guess.
You know, we normally talk art. We could talk punk rock we were both as green as this green screen, which no one else can see. But you are now a practicing artist. Obviously, you had the cartoon background was from your punk days. But are you more political now? Do you think? Are you more activist now than like quote unquote back in the day?
I don't know what you would call me now. I get involved in my life is what's current.
Is your art? Do you think your art has more political content?
My art usually comes out of anger.
Oh, really?
What I see in our culture, I'll be humorous about it though, because I talked about contraries, and sometimes we're only given polarities. You know, either hate it or you love it. You either hate Trump or you love Trump, right? So I try to kind of look somewhere other than the two extremes.
Where else is there but the boring middle? And you're the
I think
furthest thing from boring.
there's editorials, there's humor. There's humor. That's where I go.
Do you like to poke fun at both sides?
Yeah.
More the conservative side, just because they're
both sides.
It's so easy.
Both sides.
Both sides. There's pretensions on both sides.
Can you put a praying mantis in there?
Can you draw a praying mantis? Yeah. Why is the praying mantis?
Because
your logo?
In my garden for 17 years, she's come to visit me every autumn with her, and she lays her eggs. Then she dies, and then she comes back in the springs for her little babies. So it's the continuity of nature again. I come back to continuity and life, death, and rebirth. And right now I'm experiencing rebirth as a crone. I've been through a lot of pain and suffering, and now wonderful things are happening.
Love it.
I just had a picture in a movie from the early punk scene, the church. Remember the church in Huntington Beach? Where the last time Black Flag played.
Really?
And I have a picture of Keith singing when he was supposed to be out of the band, but there he is singing. But anyway, they included in the movie 20th Century Woman about a mother and her son who's 15, and he's going through the change, and so is she, but they're involved in 1979, kind of the beginning of the punk scene.
Okay.
So there's other artists that have included their work in there.
So you say you're a crone. How does one become a crone?
Go through menopause.
Oh, so you just but is there a sense of enlightenment though that is required?
No, it just depends on the woman, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, some women get facelifts and get real thin and skinny. Others, do have some religious experience, but it's usually taboo. It's not really spoken of enough in this culture.
Do you seek to normalize these things?
No.
No?
It's a personal thing.
It's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Has it made your art? I want to, for the lack of a better way, has it made your art any better? Are you happier with your art now?
I don't get much response really from the crone issues. Some women come, at the back door and they talk about it, but usually it's looked at and people, I hear them snickling, giggling, and that's worth it to me if I can get a response like that. But it's a weird, not everyone responds to things you do, but you just keep doing it.
You got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. Now, we're looking here at a copy of Flipside magazine.
Yeah, that's Fear on the cover. That was my first cover.
You took the picture here. This is Fear. My God, they look so young.
Well, actually, Al Flipside took the picture, and he arrived at my house. He traveled from Whittier to the San Fernando Valley, Woodland Hills, with the image, gave me it, and as I was trained as a paste-up artist, I went to West Valley Occupational School, and I did that.
So you have Fear, the Damned, and Black Flag, issue 16. This would have to be like 1979, 80?
It's 1978.
1978, wow. And so were you there at the beginning of Flipside?
No, I wasn't. I came about 2 years later after the mask.
After the MASQUE. Yeah. Now you visited the mask?
Oh yeah, I've been there, yeah.
Yeah.
I was there, but I didn't meet up with the Flipside crew till later. I used to listen to Rodney on the Rock. Remember
Rodney
that?
on the Rock. That was isn't it still on?
I guess.
I can't say I've listened to it in years, but it's kind of the last little credibility.
My dad from World War II had an old Telefunken radio, and I used to listen to that every Friday night. And then I heard about the mask, this underground bomb shelter, and
I read about it the LA Times. I never visited. Yeah.
You could hear the vibration above. Rodney would talk about it. I never dreamed that I would be involved in that world. So.
How did you get from the San Fernando Valley down to Hollywood?
Guess.
Huh?
I hitchhiked.
You hitchhiked. Oh, okay. You bummed a ride.
Yeah.
So tell me, when did the LA punk scene then start for you? What year was that?
Probably 1978.
78.
And then ended 1989 when I left. But it grew. Flipside started as just a little magazine we stapled together. It was all in a bedroom. All Flipsides were done in a bedroom. And, you know, that's where we had all our technology at the time, which went from typing on a Smith Crone to a teletype machine to a, you know...
Desktop publishing, did you get that far?
We got a Corona, no, a 128, Commodore 128.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then we got an HP printer.
Okay, oh geez.
And then we got a scanner. So that was like, whoa!
Once you got a scanner, that was...
Yeah,
but that's the late 80s. Do you find now, like these retrospects of punk, I mean, do they get it right? Is your version of punk being told?
Everyone has, it's like the elephant. You know, everyone is blind touching the elephant nails. It's all, the more books, the better. That's what I say.
So there's many perspectives.
Oh, many.
And you don't have a problem, because a lot of people complain, that's not really how it happened.
Nope.
You don't care?
Nope. I would prefer if people told the truth. I see a lot of people recreating history, but that's their karma. There we go.
Okay.
But
do you see people like doing that as sort of like, it's always self-aggrandizing, you know? They try to put themselves more in the middle of things than they may have.
Well, like let's say Keith Morris's book, right?
Okay.
It's called My Damage.
I believe so.
Yeah. It's I have the book. I haven't read it yet because I was pretty close to the guy, but you know he has to pay his rent. He doesn't have a family. He has a lot of friends, but you know I respect that.
You respect the fact that anybody, if they can make a living with their version of punk rock, power to them.
Yeah.
And power to you. Now, do you think that punk rock? How do you see it as kind of a? I think speaking for a lot of people, as a kid, punk rock was the thing that transformed many people out of like the normal experience, the normal life, that sort of thing. Can you talk a bit about the transformative energy of punk rock?
Well, I got a lot of letters from moms saying, "Do not send Flipside to my son again."
And what about? Didn't you used to send a lot to jail too?
There was Shane. He was a member of Flipside. Do you meet Shane?
Oh, the punk rock bank robber.
Yeah.
He actually robbed
we
the
met
bank.
him
How
through,
punk rock can you be?
And he came and he worked on Flipside and he was involved in the scene and he branched out from there, you know.
Yeah. The late Shane, right?
Yeah, the late Shane.
So what percentage of the old crew has passed on? Do we know? Is somebody
I think,
keeping score?
No, Shane. That's all that I know of.
Whatever happened to X8?
He's a big artist. You probably know more than I do.
Oh, geez. I could be selling his
I guess he was
money.
involved in the theater and the movie business where he would design big, giant murals for stage.
Cool.
And that's all I know.
There, see, you're turn around, you're on camera, and then you could spin the whole way around if you want. You can conduct the interview.
I forgot that there was a camera there.
Well, that's how we want our guests to feel.
I tried to.
It's just you and I talking over pretend coffee, because we don't want to spill coffee on the green screen here. So moving on, you did comics for Flipside, and yes?
Yeah, I had Doris Day was I forgot. Anyway, I'll just move on from there because she wasn't a popular character. It's Doomsday.
Doomsday.
And Runesky Cat.
And Runesky Cat.
After Doris Day.
Okay.
So it's Doomsday. And she wasn't very popular, but I used to do a lot of doodlings when I was bored in Flipside while we're waiting to go to the printer, so I would do doodlings, which were a ripoff from Mad Magazine.
Oh, you're doing the Mad Magazine? Is it Sergio Aragones?
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one who did the little cartoons and the thing?
I think did he recently pass away?
I think so. Spy versus Spy No Mas.
Yeah. So
and what do we have here?
Oh, that's an editorial, a current one of Trump, talking about trade agreements. Now, and of course, I make fun of both Clinton and Trump.
So you're old enough to obviously remember the impact Reagan's election had. Is this anything like it?
I don't. I think it's totally different.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think
people
Trump
draw
is
parallels, but you see it as a. How do you see it? Are you scared?
No, I'm not scared.
You're not scared?
No, because
I like that attitude.
It's going to be 4 years, and whatever he does, we'll have to deal with it. You know, it's that simple. And yes, I'll get involved, and yes, I'll do my little editorials now and then.
Wow.
But I like making fun of the whole thing. But I have a lot of friends, and I support them in what they do, and I'm really kind of in shock about him still. I can't believe that he won.
I'm totally.
But
shocked.
I know characters that write books about Clinton being part of the cabal, and that she's just as evil. So I'm thinking, where can I look? And then there's Bernie Sanders.
So you end up at the Seminary of the Praying Mantis. Tell us about your writing online.
I've had my blog for about 6 years now.
Okay.
And it's growing, and it's doing pretty good. I have quite a following. I sell my poetry. I have 2 poetry books. I have my Flipside comics that I sell. Got 12 of those now.
Tell us the name of your website for the viewers out there.
Oh, the Seminary of Praying Mantis. You can reach me at HUDLEY FLIPSIDE at gmail.com, and then that's it. It's that simple.
And you're on Facebook.
Yeah,
and
I hang out.
You're kind of all over. I mean, you're easy to track down.
Yeah, I guess
If somebody
so.
wants to know the truth about punk rock, they can
Yeah.
track you down, right?
Yes, they can.
From a humanist perspective, I would say. Are you a humanist? Can I call you that? Is that
I'm probably more spiritual than that.
more spiritual than a humanist? Okay, as opposed to a Steve humanist.
Well, I have training.
We have a portrait of you.
Portrait?
You
Oh.
From the sketcher's seat. There has been a portrait drawn, so let's see. What do you think?
Beautiful. I love
All
it.
right, hold it up.
She's even got the bosoms.
Oh, jeez, you got the.
I'm glad you didn't ask me about those.
And the praying mantis up in the corner. You see the praying mantis.
Thank
right
you.
there.
Thank you very much.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Well, it was great having you on the show.
Oh, it's an honor.
Hudley Flipside.
Good friend.
Thanks for being on
I need a
Modern Art
hug.
Blitz. Oh, we need a hug. Okay, we'll be back right after this hug. All right.
Welcome to the land of illusion. Welcome to your final resting place. I see your mind's full